What's up, Facebook family, friends and freaks? You know which one you are. A little tossed salad Tuesday. Anyway, jumping right in. Saturday, we had a CME go off. Late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. Larger CME. And it was kind of a longer duration. If you go over to the suspiciousobservers.org, you can see that. You can also go to spaceweatherlive.com and go through and find your dates that you'd like to know what was going on, KP-wise or solar flare-wise on those days, and then kind of compare it to maybe if you had an episode. Drew and I are a couple she has epilepsy, I do not, and over the year of keeping track of things, we've been able to make connections between the solar output and our health. And with that, you go check out this KP chart, and what that thing will show you are the things that you need to kind of pay attention to in your everyday life. It is something that affects us, just like the animals with following magnetic north. I seen a thing about cows all pointing, looking the same direction, that somebody had done a study and seen that multiple groupings of cows were looking in the same direction and then lining up with one of the magnetic fields or a magnetic field line, something along those lines. We'll get into it a little bit more. As you can see, trying to change some things up, waiting on microphones so this will sound better, and growing leaps and bounds. I'd like to thank the new subscribers that we've picked up along the way and for coming back. And speaking of which, quick interlude, if you go back and watch the videos and you can see the progression that's taking place, they're just trying to bring a little humor to something that is kind of dire. It's not dire like we're going to die tomorrow. And if you go to check out some of the places I'll send you with the links below and look for yourself. That's really all you have to do is look for yourself. If on, like my brother, over the past 6 months or so, he had started blacking out at work and having severe headaches. Went to the doc on Saturday, calls me and said he blacked out at the doctor's office, that he was there to find out why he was blacking out and why he was having these severe headaches. And I told him to start letting me know when these days come, and showed him the same thing that I've shown you, that these are things that affect us. And because we are desensitized, because we are not taught properly, because we have been programmed through a school system that only has their best interest at heart, most people are not going to see it. Or we are just too busy, or we are just too desensitized. With the goal of this channel and the channels that I send you to, their goal is to share information and to be able to discuss things in an open forum without ridicule, without the stigma that follows some of these things around. And if I could accomplish that with explaining these things to Ju and being able to show her, someone that has epilepsy and knows very well what that stigma is like, I feel like it'll touch other people as well. And if you take a look at the KP today, it's not too bad. I mean, we're coming. We're under a global watch as of 7:20 last night. The impact should be coming here throughout the day. One of the things when I showed you this last night, I tried to explain why it was such a long duration. And I'm looking in more because I have to refresh myself, because I do have short to midterm memory problems from the surgeries and such. You can go back and watch the other videos in the playlist that I'm putting together and check that out, and then you'll get a little bit more background on who we are and what we're doing and why we're doing it. With that, I want to be quick with this. Humans do feel these changes that are happening. We do feel the energies from the sun, and not everyone's the same. Not everybody has the same type of DNA. If you go to the Andes or the mountains between like France and Spain, there's a group of DNA there that's different. If you go down into South America, there's an isolated group of DNA there that's different. We know of these things, so that it just tells you that we're not all created equal. We deserve and should be treated equally, but we're not all created equally, not in the sense of one's better than the other, just in the sense that 5 milligrams of something for you is not 5 milligrams of something for me. 24 ounces for you is not 24 ounces for this person. There's just changes, but we have it in our mind that we've been given a set number and we've got to do it. And that's it. And you take that with, it's a set topic, it's a set parameter, and that's where we stay. And that's one of the things with this channel. Think outside the box. Think especially outside that dummy box. And then you just might stop fighting with your local and fellow Americans. You're all in it. We're all in it together. We're all in it together. It's our world. We just have to figure out a better way to live on it. And a better way to live on it. Jump real quick. I'd like to touch on, in my convoluted way here, the cycles that we have seen in the past. If you take a snap, if you actually want to know, take a snap, turn that thing, and just take a look. They have cause of panic points that coincide with the solar cycle, the solar cycles, and they have distract with war. So you have a cause of panic, and then you have distract with war. So once you cause a panic and everybody's panicking, then you just throw a war in there. And that cycle is over and over and over again. This week is just going to be touch and go videos, trying to keep up with the sun's output and getting people to understand, if we just take time to keep a little diary, note how you feel when you're driving. If all of a sudden that road ragey feeling comes on, take a note of it and just relax, breathe while you're driving. Take deep breaths, not real deep because you get lightheaded, you might pass out because we're not used to breathing. We sit around and we get programmed, and our alpha waves get in a certain rhythm, and we don't breathe as well. We're not getting as much oxygen to our brain. So otherwise, then we just don't think as much. We can't think as well. There's something that's called some kind of a hypnosis. More to come this week. Totally off. So to touch on Friday's video not being up, it got ganked. I was talking about the hot dog situation and the different condiments and how different humans react differently to the condiments that they put on their hot dog. And for us, the whole thing is a Russian roulette game. And I did manage to find a hot dog study out of Germany where they had taken, out of 65 million epileptics, they took 27 females, and out of 27 females, 33% of them had a bad reaction to their condiments. And one of those 33% of the 27 had severe reaction, and the one of the 33% of the 27% had created a new category of seizure from using the wrong condiments. So unless it's your family or your friend or your loved one that you're on that side of the hot dog situation where you love condiments and you just can't get enough condiments, and you'll put multiple condiments. You love condiments. I mean, you're not only getting mayo, ketchup, relish, you're putting onions, banana peppers. You're at a truck stop. You're at a truck stop eating hot dog grillers, and you love condiments. Not doing it. We can't eat the condiments. I'll put the link below for that study that I believe what I read, and I'm digging in a little more. Believe what I read was that they couldn't publish it. I couldn't find things on the hot dog situation that would say, we know how many out of drunk drivers, drunk drivers eating hot dogs, hot dog wrecks. There's a percentage of them where the seatbelt, I apologize, not drunk drivers, just going to go with the seatbelt thing. There's this, at least there was studies where with and without seatbelt, or with an airbag, without an airbag. Those kind of things is what, that kind of a study is what I'm talking about. And boy, just one after another, using the Bing and the Googles and the normal searchy stuff. And now I understand why a VPN, having an external VPN is such a big deal. Yeah. Man, just pay attention. Speaking of road rage, everything's in chaos right now and everybody's going nuts. If you go and you take a look at these cycles, it will help. I just feel it does. It helped with Jew. It's helped with my brother and others that I've talked to. And I just share this with that, hey, it's hard to stop with the anger and that constant wanting to battle. But once you realize, hey, maybe there is something to that, I want to know a little bit more. Like this video, subscribe it if you're believing in it, and come back and we'll keep learning this together. And I'll keep putting links to send you on your own little journey to enlighten yourself, not only mentally, but physically. And once we all start to get on that same page, it won't be such a bad ride, man. Safe travels all. Peace.